the Bulldogs allegedly targeting you, and apparently at one point they halcyoned you. Could you tell us where that started? Apparently Dynamite Kid claimed that you said you could outdrink any Englishman, and it kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah, I just wanted to have a beer, and it's one of those things. I could drink you under the table, just simple bravado. And of course, he dropped a couple of halcyons in a beer, and I was completely screwed up. And that just started from there. And he was a nasty piece of work. And look, he's gone, and that's too bad. And we did not like one another. And he was a bad man. There's no dusting it or being delicate about it. He was a bad man, and he did that stuff to a lot of people. A lot of people got hurt. He was a bad man.
So I guess you weren't shedding any tears when the thing happened with the Bulldogs and the Rougeaus with Dynamite and Jacques.
No, look, I as far as it has to be done, someone was going to belt him at one point. Somebody was. I mean, there was an incident that took place in Phoenix that didn't go down well, and we had TV the next day, and he was going to be lucky that I was most assuredly probably, if I had got close to him, I was probably going to stick him with a knife. It was that bad. But he and the Hearts were shanghaied back to Calgary. I didn't see him for a month and a half. That's the bad stuff he did, and I bowed out of the scene. It's not that I couldn't take it anymore. I wasn't going to take the shit, and that was one of the issues. And I didn't necessarily get on that well with Vince, and that was why I sort of bowed out and left. Then, of course, the Bulldogs focused their rage onto the Rougeaus. And, Davey Boy Smith, he was a semi-fun fella, and he just followed along with what the Dynamite Kid would do. And Jacques hit him with apparently a fistful of rolled up quarters.
Is it true that at one point they cut the crocodile off the back of your jacket?
No, that's not true. What had happened, I couldn't work out why there was a strange smell coming from Irving. Anyway, what they had done is they put a piece of meat into Irving's mouth, and there was a little spot there that it just would fit in, and you just didn't know. It was like, one of the things you would do to a person back home, and you'd fill their hubcaps with prawn heads or shrimp heads. Put them back on, put all the hubcaps back on. Of course, they couldn't work out why their car smelled like a fishing boat in the heat of summer, But that was what happened. And no, nobody cut Irving off the back.
Yeah, it sounds like none of that stuff would ever happen today in wrestling. If anyone pulled that, they'd be fired pretty quickly. But it seems like it was almost like a high school environment.
It was absolutely immature. I mean, they did their worst damage, the Bulldogs did, against the Rockers. Martinelli and I can't think of the other fella.
Shawn Michaels, Giannetti.
Shawn Michaels. And I mean, they rid them so bad right before they would go to television. The Rockers never made it and never went anywhere, and they were gone until they came back separately after. And I mean, I'm stunned that the Bulldogs actually managed to keep their job.
Now, as far as Hillbilly Jim, he's on the other end of the spectrum. He's a really nice guy. I've met him before. I've interviewed him. I understand that you were friends with him, and at one point there was some talk of putting the tag team titles on you guys. Maybe that had something to do with the heat there with the Bulldogs.
Yeah, no, there's no question about that. Yeah, Hillbilly Jim and I are mates for sure. I haven't, although I must admit I haven't spoken to Jim for a bunch of years. Um, he and I were real good mates, and yes, we were tagged up. We were going to be strapped, and the Bulldogs managed to get. I'm a creature of habit. Friday night when things are done, work week's over, I like to have a few beers. I like to have a few beers and enjoy myself with people, and I like to enjoy myself with a female company, all that sort of stuff. And they would just take advantage of that. And you try to give them a bit of trust, and they were bad people, the Bulldogs, and it messed up. We were at television, Jim and I doing a tag match. It went over okay, but it was obvious. I had actually had to shave my head. Somebody had shaved one side of my head whilst I was under the influence of the dreaded halcyons, and I had to shave the whole thing. So I was basically like an eighth of an inch. I looked like a brand new marine recruit, and that just didn't go over well. And we went no further.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.